right, let's talk about the tax bill. Republicans are hoping, of course, to pass the bill no later than next week once the House and Senate versions are merged, what Donald Trump is calling a Christmas present. Well, a Merry Christmas present to Americans.
That's not a present. That's like an icicle in your Christmas stocking or a piece of coal.
Wait for Doug Jones.
All right, 1 second. All right, guys, we got sound here.
Today, we Senate Democrats are calling on Mitch McConnell to hit pause on his tax bill and not hold a final vote until Doug Jones is sworn into the Senate. It would be wrong for Senate Republicans to jam through this tax bill without giving the newly elected senator from Alabama the opportunity to cast his vote.
Now we're just days away. I hope, you know what that means, right? From keeping that promise and delivering a truly amazing victory for American families. We want to give you, the American people, a giant tax cut for Christmas. And when I say giant, I mean giant.
Yeah, but analysis of that tax bill says it favors corporations and the wealthy and would result in tax increases for some low-income Americans. The lower tax rates for individuals will expire in 8 years, while those for corporations are permanent. The individual mandate for the Affordable Care Act is also repealed in the bill, which will lead to 13 million more Americans losing their health insurance. Derek, they're selling this as great for Americans, but if you're corporations, you're the one who's really smiling.
Yeah, Roland.
I thought Republicans didn't like debt. This is going to add $1.5 trillion to the debt. Derek?
Roland, there's some good points in this bill. I actually had the opportunity to speak to someone from Mitch McConnell's office as recent as yesterday. They are in conference right now. They expect to have this finished and completed by the end of the week. Like the tax credit for individuals who have children in the house under the age of 17. Well, that tax credit now goes from $1,000 to $2,000 per child. And at the end of the day, when you look at all the in history, you can read articles right now to talk about how bad this plan is or how good it is. But at the end of the day, when
Derek, I'm going to
answer your question. When you look at
1 second, Derek, my question was very simple. My question was very simple. Republicans have always talked about the debt. That's all we heard during 8 years of Obama. Debt, 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 debt. National debt, national debt, national debt. This tax bill is going to add $1.5 trillion to the national debt. What happened to fiscal conservatives?
This tax bill will also, and history has proven it, that it will bolster the economy. It happened when. What does
that have to do with the debt, though? 1.5
if it's going to bolster the economy, if it bolsters the economy, it worked for Kennedy and it worked for Reaganomics.
No, you know, it did not work for Reaganomics. And here's the thinking. This is what you call a serious crap shoot. The thinking is this: if you put money,
do we leave it as it is?
You know what?
1 second, Julian, go.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal in the short run. They do this cut. The only thing they've been consistent on is cuts to corporations. The crapshoot is this: you give corporations money, they're going to invest, they're going to hire more people. But you've already heard some corporations say, no, what we're going to do is a stock buyback. We're going to buy back our stock so our CEOs get more money. They're not saying anything. I have not heard one corporation say, I'm going to take my money and hire more people. I'm going to spend more money on per heavy equipment. And then this nonsense that you said, how do you know it? How do you know it? That's what I'm saying.
Here's the deal. Real quick.
30 seconds, go.
Here's the deal, real quick. This is the Republican plan, though, and your viewership can't be fooled by this. They're going to blow a hole in the budget, and they're going to have this $1.5 trillion gap. Then what they're going to do is they're going to moan and groan to say, hey, the deficit is eating us up. They're going to give tax breaks to the rich. And then what they're going to do is they're going to come back and say, we have to cut entitlements because we've got to close the $1.5 trillion gap. So this is step 1 and 2 before they get to step 3.
And Paul Ryan has already said it.
1 second. We will find out next week if this passes.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no.
That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong. He
Unfiltered.
wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV 1.